All right. Hello, 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 entrepreneurs. Denise Klein with Klein Virtual, and we're doing member spotlight. This is my favorite thing to do in the Facebook group. I love getting an opportunity to share a new person with you. Today we have Michelle Witt with Goosehead Insurance, and she's going to tell us about her insurance journey. How you doing today, Michelle? Are you excited to be here?
Yes, this is my first ever interview, so I feel all fancy and stuff.
I know. I feel very fancy doing an interview. So it's a safe space in our own little community as we're building this out. Thanks for putting yourself out there. So why don't you briefly introduce yourself? Tell us a little about your business and how you got into insurance.
Okay, I'll try to make it short and sweet. Hi everybody, my name is Michelle Witt. I just turned 39 years old last month, so I'm still a youngin. Married to my husband going on 14 years in October. I have a little puppy dog. We're new to this area. We moved here in January, and I'm in West Virginia, but I'm able to do Virginia and Maryland because I'm right there on the border of both.
Mhm.
I kind of interesting story. I got into insurance literally because it was like the only thing I hadn't tried. And I was like looking for a career when I was 30. So I was like, I gotta do something. I'm about to hit 30. I don't have a career. I'm tired of working in call centers, tired of being miserable at work. So started with Allstate and went and took the test on my birthday, passed it with flying colors. In and out 30 minutes, started my journey. Within 3 months, I was training the new girl and running the office. So it was here, hi, boom, go. And so just been kind of in it ever since. I really love helping people. Everybody needs insurance, but you don't have to pay out the wazoo for it. So my
Mhm.
motto is I make insurance easy. You know,
Mhm.
that sounds really weird. I take the scary out of insurance. I shop for you, and the best news ever is I make sure you're insured well and save you money. So,
Yes, and I have to say one of my favorite parts about talking to you over these last couple months as we've gotten to know each other is you really take like a teaching approach because those of us that are not insurance don't know anything about insurance. So you don't assume we know things, so you can actually educate. I love that.
exactly, because you don't know what you don't know.
Yep, and we don't know. So it's good to talk to a professional that actually knows what they're talking about. I love
Yes,
that.
thank you.
So we were kind of talking about this before the call as an insurance, what would we call you? An insurance agent? Is that the right
Broker.
term? Broker?
Mhm.
Because you represent lots of, and so one of the questions I usually talk is say, what made you want to start your own business? But it's interesting as an insurance broker, you technically, I guess, work under someone else, but you're very much your own business, even
Yes.
under that.
I
So
found the right partnership. It's kind of hard to find that. I've had some very bad bosses, or I'd work really hard and I wouldn't reap the benefits of what I sow.
mhm,
So even though Neil is my boss, it's basically my book of business. I get my own referrals, I get my own leads, I
mhm.
do all my own networking, and then I get to reap what I sow. So,
It's very much your own business.
yeah, it's very much my own business. I work really hard at it and I figure I can hustle for a little while, then eventually I won't have to hustle so much.
Yeah, that's what we all hope. We all
Yeah.
hope to get to the point where we don't have to hustle quite so much. But I've enjoyed watching your hustle. You've done such a good job, and I love watching all your wins as you've been
Yeah.
posting. So I appreciate that. Let's talk a little bit about obstacles in your business. Now, you've kind of talked a little bit about having maybe not great partnerships. You found yourself in a great partnership now. Any other obstacles that you've had to, or challenges you've had to overcome while you've been building?
Well, I didn't think this was going to be an obstacle, but as most people know, we're not the only Goosehead agency in the area.
Mhm.
We have another local agent who's literally going after the same referral partners we are and trying to swipe them from us, which is
Mhm.
very cutthroat and ugly, and it doesn't look well on us as an agent, like not us like particularly, but that brand of
Mhm.
Goosehead.
Mhm.
And he actually succeeded in taking one of my referral partners from me. So I'm a little miffed, but I'm trying to be very professional because I
Yeah.
feel like integrity is huge and eventually word will get out that this person's not on the up and up.
Yeah.
People will stop doing business with that person.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like, and I can share this just because we've known each other just for a little bit now, but like you work very hard at networking and creating. opportunities for not just for yourself, because you've
Mhm.
started a little referral group
Mhm.
too, so that you can help others. And I think doing that kind of thing, and you refer people all the time, and like
I
you
really do.
send not just clients, like somebody that you think is a good referral partner. So I think because you're coming from this place of service, yeah, you're probably going to have those kind of things happen, but you're going to continue connecting with good quality people. So hopefully that kind of thing doesn't happen too often. I hope.
Yeah, I've never had this it's an interesting, yeah, let's just say it's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just like,
interesting.
okay, I didn't think I'd have to deal with this, but
Yeah,
okay, let's go.
there you go. Well, and that's the thing is, we never know what kind of weird, hard things are going to come to you as an entrepreneur. So we just got to figure out how to find some perspective and then how to move on and
Yes,
not spin your wheels
exactly.
there, right?
Yeah.
How about defining success? How would you define success in your business?
For me, I mean, I'm probably not typical. I don't define success as lots of money in my pocket.
Mhm,
To me, it's making those connections, getting those like really long-term relationships, and getting referral partners, like really good referral partners. And then the best part really of my job is saving people money. Like just the reactions I've gotten
mhm,
from some people is amazing because they'll have insurance and they live in a difficult area and they're just like, I don't understand, why is this so high? And then when I'm done with them, I'm saving them like substantial. I mean, some people I only save a little bit, like $20 a month, but it's still substantial. And then other people I save like 50%, 75%. It's like insane.
yeah,
And so just that reaction makes me feel successful. That means I've done what I set out to do. So that's kind of how I measure success, is by how many people I can help.
I love that. There's a quote, and I'm gonna butcher the quote, but it's something along the lines of, if you help enough other people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And that I like that philosophy. If you can help people save money, they're
Yes.
going to want to work with you, and you have
Mhm.
that integrity, and you're again coming from that teaching standpoint where you're helping people understand. You'll get that repeat and referral business. That's it's all about relationships, like you said.
Yes, yeah, it's an educating because people don't realize insurance is highly regulated. So I'm not going to do anything unethical that puts my license in jeopardy. And
Hmm.
I'm going to make sure that I don't, screw somebody over on their homeowner's coverage, because too many times I've seen, agents will just do the replacement cost estimator and they just leave it however it populates.
Hmm.
Well, if you have like a colonial home and it's really high end and you leave it at like economy and builder's grade, they're going to lose out on a lot of money if
Hmm.
anything happens to their house. So there was one lady, I wasn't saving her money, but I insured her home properly. And that goes a long way, even because I'm very honest with people. I come across a lot of parents or kids have moved out, but they're still on their insurance. And
Hmm.
it's like, well, this is a huge issue because if there was a claim, they could kick you out of, like, cancel your policy flat and deny the claim. And people are like, oh
And
God,
they
really?
didn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know
Nobody
that
knows
either.
this. So when I quote people, I'm like, I'm not going to quote them on your policy because it's not legal. Like it has to be where the car is garaged.
Yeah.
So I go out of my way to make sure
You-
A, they're insured properly, and then B, yes, the education factor is huge because my boss puts it in a very great way. My partner in crime. He always says not every agent is made the same. And I love how he says that because it's taking the high road and not necessarily being mean about it. And it's very true. Most of the agents I see are all about the money, and
Mhm,
they're gonna sell people things they don't need, or they're gonna sell higher policies because they want to line their pocket. I
mhm.
am not like that. I am not going to sell anything anybody doesn't need, but
Yeah,
I'm also not going to skimp on your coverage. I'm going to insure you like I'd insure myself,
yeah,
or start way high and then work down if we need to from there. But I make sure I explain the coverages. Like
mhm,
you said, I'm very educational. Like you should know where your money is going. And insurance is the one thing you shouldn't skimp on because you're protecting yourself from other people, and other people are scary, as we know. So,
as we know.
and people are like, I've never thought of it that way. I'm like, you could be the safest grandma driver in the world, but you got to protect yourself from other people. So to have low coverages is not in your best benefit.
Yeah. And I just love that you take that tack with people, that education, really explaining things so that they can make educated decisions,
Mhm.
so that they know. And I think we might have talked about this idea before, when you're educating, giving them context, like this is why we don't do that builder grade replacement,
Mhm.
because your home is higher end. And if something happens and, you need insurance, it's not actually going to be replacement costs. They just hear replacement costs
Mhm.
and think, oh, it's going to replace everything. Well, not if it's not at the right level. So
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until we had that conversation. I thought that was very, very interesting. So everybody should check your policies.
Take note. If you have a question, send it to me. It's free. You pay
Yes,
me nothing.
that's right. That's right. Okay. What's our next question? Okay. How do you maintain motivation and stay focused when things are difficult or challenging?
So I have an amazing husband, and he's disabled, and he is my life, and we have an amazing puppy dog. And any day he's in my life helps me get up out of bed, and he's my focus. I want us to live comfortably. I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm not asking to be rich. I don't want to be a millionaire because that would be ridiculous. And I would never have I'm very conservative. I would never go lavishly and spend way more and buy bigger houses. Like that's just crazy to me. I just
Mhm.
want to be able to, if we want to have a date night, we don't have to go, oh, we can't because we have no money in the bank. I'd like to be like, you know what, let's just go.
Yeah.
It'd be really nice just to kind of have that extra date night with the hubster.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Have you found any strategies or resources that you found particularly useful in your business for sales or anything like that that you could share?
Honestly, being honest with people.
Yeah.
If you don't know, don't make something up.
Oh,
They're
if you
they're
say
gonna
that really loud for the people in the back.
yes, I said no. Honestly, being on if you don't know, the customer's gonna be okay with that. Be like,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't know, but let me find out for you.
Yeah.
They're gonna be more okay with that than if you go and make something up and they find out, oh, they're screwed on a
Yes.
policy because you lied to them.
Yes.
And also just being yourself. Being salesy doesn't get you far. I don't sell anything. I
Mhm.
basically offer you a service. I'm not selling you insurance. I am offering to look at, compare your coverages and save you money. It's a service I am offering. I
Yeah.
am not going to be like, oh, well, you need this, and I'm going to force this down your throat. That's not what I do. And
Yeah.
if you have an agent who does that, or you have an agent that you can't talk to, it's time to get a new agent.
Or if you can't get an agent, your agent on the phone.
Yes,
How about
exactly.
that?
Yes.
I,
Or if they're giving you a hard time about answering questions, you need a new
yes.
agent because that is their job. Their job is to be your
Yes.
trusted advisor. And so anytime you call me or contact me, that is my person. You
Yeah.
don't ever have to deal with the companies. You don't ever have to wait on hold. We have a service team that literally schedules calls to call you when you are available
Yeah. Imagine.
on your time, on
Yeah.
your schedule. It's basically that's why I partner with Goosehead because it's exactly how I roll. It's exactly how I do business. I'm very customer centered. And I
Mhm.
tell people, don't just call and put a claim in because if it's not covered, you're gonna have a zero ding and it could hurt you. It's like call me first. Let me make sure it's covered, and then I will personally worm transfer you to claims or wherever it is you have to go.
Yeah.
So
Nice. I
yeah,
like that trusted advisor. I think that's
yeah.
a really good way to look at that. Okay. For any aspiring entrepreneurs out there, is there any kind of advice or tips that you might give somebody who's thinking about maybe doing something in insurance or sales or anything like that, that are thinking about doing something entrepreneurial? What would you tell somebody?
Yeah. I mean, it's not easy. It is very hard.
Mhm.
And I have days where I question, why am I doing this? I think everybody has those days where they're just
Yes, we
in
do.
meltdown mode and they're like, why did I do this? But it's really important. You get what you put into it. So if you're gonna do minimal work and you're gonna do minimal whatever, and you're expecting the phone to just ring and bring business to you,
Mhm.
you're in the wrong business because
Yeah.
this is all about the hustle. And you
Mhm.
have to be flexible. You have to quote people up to 10:30 at night while you're watching TV if you have to, or give up one of your weekends,
Mhm.
weekend days. I do what I have to do to make that possible because a lot of people are in a rush. They're trying to close on a house or they're trying to schedule a
Yeah.
refi, and I am not going to be the reason that you do not close on time.
There you go. That's good advice. That's
Yeah.
good advice. Okay, looking ahead, what kind of goals or aspirations do you have for your future? I know I love that you have monthly goals where you're posting. I'm 50% of the way there. I'm like cheering you on, like watching you go. So do you have maybe long-term goals, or do you like just the monthly goals? What
Well, right now it's helping me to focus monthly, and I feel like once I get to the point where I'm making it consistently a certain amount,
Mhm.
between, I'm not gonna tell you on that, but between a
Yeah,
certain amount
yeah.
every single month, and it's coming in like I
Mhm,
feel like I can kind of let go of the gas a little bit, and then
mhm.
it'll just keep going, and I'll just eventually go higher than that. But I feel like it's important to focus monthly. And the coolest thing about working with you is I have access to like all of my stats. I can see my customer retention. I can see my customer reviews, which are so fantastic. I love that people are reviewing me, and then I post them everywhere. I'm like,
I know. I love that. There's little celebrations. I love that.
yeah, so it feels really good to me, because that tells me I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And so it helps keep me focused, it helps keep me on track. Um, it's really interesting. It projects like if I keep going, like what I'll do. So right now my projection for this month is ridiculously ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna hit that high. If I did, I'd probably like fall out
Okay,
because
you're gonna have to let me
my
know if you
pocket. Like
uh,
I'll faint. I'll be like, wait, is this real? Like pinch me. Like it'd be so much money I wouldn't know what to do with it.
yeah.
But it's just cool because it kind of keeps me kind of in there, and I did so good in my goal. Like literally my company corporate gave me a $50 Amazon gift card, which was totally not even like on my radar. And I'm like, oh my God, this is
Well, a
so
little
cool.
surprise. That's
All
good.
right. I was like, woohoo, I get that. Plus I get my bonus at the end of the month. This is sweet.
That's nice.
Nice that they do that now. They're having another contest, and I'm one of 18 agents that are over 1,500 in commission for a
Nice.
thousand, and we have 10 days to write like a certain amount. And if we do, they give us like an extra bonus on
Nice.
top of what I'm already getting. So I'm like, ooh, if I can do this, I
Uh,
might be able
I
to.
like I like that idea of little goals, that I like to plan. I tend to plan quarterly, where I want to go, but I might revise this. I kind of like this idea of doing it, a month at a time. Do you break your goals down so you know like how many people you need to talk to every day? Are you that granular in your
I
thinking? Or is
kind of
that just me?
know.
I'm a crazy person.
No, I mean, I kind of know how many policies I need to write per month.
Mhm,
Obviously, I'd want to do more than that, and I know kind of where the premium needs to be.
mhm,
Um, Maryland is actually a crazy state for insurance.
mhm.
It's crazy high. So anytime I write there, I'm like shocked by the commission I'm getting from these policies because
Because they're
it's
higher.
insane.
Yeah.
Um, but at the same time, I'm also saving people money. So it's like, and everyone's always asking me, well, what do I have to pay for your service? You pay me nothing. The
Yeah.
carrier pays me.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. And I have, I'm not a captive agent. I'm not a State Farm. I'm not an Allstate. I don't have ties to any one company. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go, oh, this company's great. I'm just gonna throw you here because they pay me more.
Right.
That's not how
Yeah.
I roll. Basically, whatever is the cheapest is where I will put you, but I will not compromise your coverage to do it.
Right. And that's a good point. You want to be able to save the money and still have good quality coverage. And I like that
Mhm.
you're looking
Most
at
of the time, I increase their coverage and it's still cheaper.
imagine that. I still need to
Hmm.
get my stuff to you.
I know.
I know. Okay, I'm just inviting.
I need to
I'm
save you
going
lots of
to.
money, woman. Let's
I
go.
know. I've been busy. I've been busy. I won't make excuses. Okay. So, all right. So this is going to go out to our community, our little Klein virtual business support hub. How can we support you? Are there any referral requests, or maybe tell us about what you're looking for in a client? Who's a good referral for you? That sort of thing.
Yeah, so I am 100% referral based. I do
Mhm.
not pay for leads. I do not get incoming phone calls. Literally, I count on my business connections and my customers. And I gotta say, my customers have been absolutely amazing sending me referrals like that. Makes me feel so amazing when they're like, "Oh my God, you got to go to my girl because she rocks it."
Nice.
Literally anybody is good for me. If they're a 16-year-old driver, anybody with auto insurance, anyone buying a house, anybody looking to refinance,
Mhm.
anybody just looking. I mean, if it's been 5 years or more since you've shopped your insurance, give me a call because I guarantee you I'll be saving you some money.
No doubt.
And then, yes, and the great thing about me being a broker is you never have to leave because if it gets too high, I can reshop you and rewrite it. It's that simple. I do all the work for you. Literally, like you go about your day, you just spend 5 minutes on a discovery call with me, give me your information. I'm like, all right, let me get to work. And then within 24 hours, you got a quote.
all right, folks, come on. How great is that? Right?
You do
Okay.
no hard work at all. It's so easy for you.
You're making insurance easy, Michelle.
Right? That's what my job is, to make
Uh,
it easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I love it. Okay. Last question. Any events that you would like the folks here in the group to know about that we could support you in?
Well, I also, well, okay, so I have two. I'll start with Wednesdays at the Daily Grind at 8:30 every Wednesday. I
And
have a
that's Daily
referral group
Ground in Martinsburg.
Martinsburg,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
I have a wonderful referral group we're starting. Obviously, when we get bigger, we'll change our location.
Mhm.
But this is great because if it's early in the morning and you haven't had your coffee, come grab yourself a cup of coffee, bring some business cards, invite a friend. And it's really neat because we're referring within the groups. Our referrals are very like, we're a tight knit group. We're going to help each other grow. And like you said, I'm like a referral machine. Like people tell me
Mhm.
all sorts of stuff when I'm on discovery calls, even stuff I don't want to know. Um, just the stuff they tell me, I'm like, okay, that was a yes or no question. Let's try to refocus. I mean, I had some guy, I was like, so are you married? He's like, well, that's complicated. I'm like, okay, well, it's so single. He's like, well, I'm actually in a relationship with a married couple. Okay, so single. Moving
Single,
on.
still
He just kept
legally.
going down the polygamous thing, and I'm
Oh,
like,
like,
I do
okay.
not need to know this. Like,
See,
please
yeah,
stop telling
they
me. I'm
people
like, la
still
la la la. Yeah.
people are oversharers.
Yes, yes or no. Just yes or no. Answer the question. Single, married, widowed, divorced. Really simple.
Okay, so we've got your referral group, and we can get links. Though we could put those in the group so people can find you.
Yes.
And what's your other
This
event?
is the big one. I love giving back to my community. I joined the Professional Businesswomen Association, known as PBWA, here in Berkeley County, and we give back to a lot of local organizations. So this month, our 50/50 raffle is going to be for the Mission on King Street, which is 100% funded by the local community, which is fantastic. They're open 6 days a week. I can't believe like how long they work and how hard they work and how many people they help. And so I'm the chair of the marketing committee for this talent showcase that we're doing. And I'm also the co-chair of the talent committee. Um, and so we just finished auditions. We have a couple more Friday. We have got some amazing talent, guys. Like, I'm not kidding. I was so happy with the turnout because I was like, oh, talent auditions, this can be terrible. Because, usually you get those people and they can't sing or can't do stuff and they think they can. And we only had a few of those. I was like super impressed. I was like,
Thinking American Idol,
yes, exactly.
that's
And you're just like, oh my God, like I've done talent shows before. And it's interesting because I have a crazy background. I've directed a play. I was an assistant musical director on a kids musical. I was in like choir my whole life,
this is
church
right up your alley then.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is all up my alley, which is why I put myself on both of these. And then of course I market for my day job. But this organization is great. So every ticket that is sold for the talent show in November goes to 6 different charities here in Berkeley County. So $3 of every ticket sale will go to the Apollo Theater.
Mhm.
As you know, they were bought in 1970s by a local organization because otherwise it would be no more. So
Mhm.
they're restoring. They did a beautiful job on their concession area. They're getting a marquee sign. We're paying them to put on the show thanks to some local sponsors. We are still looking for sponsors. So if anyone is interested, um, you can reach out to me directly and then you do get posted everywhere. I am going to be doing a ton of advertising on the radio so I can throw your name out. But the talent so far is amazing. And then the rest of the money will be split up between Horses with Hearts,
Mhm.
Valley College Scholarship, Women's Empowerment Shelter, a backpack program here locally, and the Senior Center in Martinsburg.
Nice.
So we're all about giving back. So every ticket you buy, plus the show is going to be amazing. You are not going to want to miss the show. I'm telling you guys, we have magicians, we have a puppet guy, we have a clown, we have some dancers from local dance schools. We have some musical theater vocalists. I will actually be in the show singing, so you're gonna want to come see it. I am a classically trained singer. Just a little crazy, interesting thing about me. And so I'm really excited for this. And just to have like such a big part in it. If it wasn't for the local community and myself and another couple of wonderful ladies in PBWA, this wouldn't have been happening because the Apollo usually does talent showcases every year and they just didn't have a good turnout this year. So we're like, well, we're going to pick it up for you and we're going to
Wow.
carry that torch and we're going to help you guys out. And
Very cool.
just the talent is amazing. I mean, we have one kid who plays piano and oh my God, he's so good.
Wow.
He played like a medley of really complicated songs, like didn't have music. He did it from heart. I was just like, and I know how hard they are because I tried to teach myself keyboard and I was just like, I can't even play those. Like, wow.
Wow. That's cool.
So yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. The
Do you have
talent.
what's the date in November for the?
So right now it's scheduled for November 9th, but we're gonna try to change it to the 10th because it's a
Okay.
Friday and we'll have a
Okay.
lot more attendance. We're gonna
Gotcha.
actually vote on that tomorrow at our meeting. I checked with
Okay.
some of the big acts. I will not say their names right now because it's a top secret.
Oh,
But they're really good. They're really well known and they are donating their time for this. So
that's
it's
amazing.
amazing.
Wow.
And we even have someone to help us backstage and
Cool.
he's been doing it for like 20 some odd years. So we have a backstager.
Nice.
Um, Everybody knows here in Martinsburg, the Wonderment Puppet Theater
Mm-hmm.
does puppet shows for kids. He is, I will tell you, he is going to be in the show and he's fantastic. He's going to have a life-size puppet. It's pretty hilarious. It's fantastic. And even his kid show is really good for adults. Like I saw it, I was laughing so hard. He
Awesome.
makes his own puppets. He used to work for Disney World. He's absolutely fantastic. One of the magicians we have is a 15-year-old in high school.
Wow.
He is fantastic. I could not figure out how he did his trick. Um, I was like, I can't do that at 39. So yeah, you're in the show.
I love
We
that.
were all blown away by him. We have some younger high school singers, dancers. One of the local schools, Inspiration Studios in Inwood. We
Mhm.
have two acts from there. We also have someone trying out on Friday. I'm pretty sure she's gonna get in. She's a dance teacher. And then we have another 17-year-old dance student that got in as well. That's just amazing. So like literally there's gonna be something for everybody. There's even a local band from Let's Rock School of Rock that's gonna be in it.
Wow.
So when I say we're getting like all sorts of kind of cool stuff, we're getting all sorts of kind of cool stuff. I'm hoping
Oh,
we'll have a comedian. We'll know Friday.
very
Crossing my fingers. He's in high school, so I'm like, hey, let's see how funny. I mean, he's good, so hopefully
nice.
he'll.
It is a
Yeah, so we're trying to do
literally it's
all
a
we can.
variety show. That's awesome.
Yes, it's like the best of the best in the area, so they're not going to get lame talent.
Mhm.
I'm very picky when it comes to vocals because I'm
Mhm.
classically trained, and then we had someone who did dance, so she was like way more picky than some of us.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, just the talent that came out, I'm like blown away. Even one of the ladies from PBWA, she was helping us kind of rally and like bring people in.
Mhm.
And she's like, "Oh my God, you did so amazing with this talent! Like, oh my God, this is fantastic!" So they're all super impressed with me, which is great. Because
It's
I
nice.
like,
It's nice that they're
yeah, well, like this is
yeah,
their first fundraiser, so I really got to do it right.
there you go. Putting in
Yeah,
all
I
that
got,
hard work, it'll pay off.
yes, I was all over Facebook. I'm sure you saw my
I
audition.
did. I did.
And I posted them millions of times, and I was like, "Hey, we only have this many spots left." Or, hey, da, da, da. I have no idea how I have the time to do this stuff.
You just make it happen.
I just make it happen, and it's been like just super great. So I'm super excited for this. It's gonna be really great. We're gonna have lots of we have a lot of local business sponsors. We even did box seat sponsors.
Cool.
My boss bought a box seat, so it's really cool. He sponsored
Nice.
the event, which is great. So, and I think another local business is gonna do the other one.
Very cool.
But yeah, so I mean, there's three different sponsorships as a business. So
Very cool. Well, we'll make sure to put your when I post this, I'll make sure we put links so people can reach out to you. So if they are interested in sponsorships or anything like that. And then once you have the dates and tickets and stuff, make sure you come back to the group
oh,
and
I will.
share about that too. So everybody knows how they can support your
Yeah.
work with that
And
group
there's
and
going to be a
stuff too.
20-minute intermission so they can support the Apollo by concessions.
Oh,
You go to their
that's important too.
beautiful bougie thing. It's so nice. It's got like marble and gold. It's just woof, it's so nice.
You're fancy. Very
Yeah,
nice.
that's what I've had to say.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming and chatting with me today. And thank you for being part of the group. And I appreciate you.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. I didn't even know this was a thing. I'm like, wow, this is so awesome.
Well, it's a thing now because I decided it was a thing. But I
I
think,
love that you like came to my group and got inspired to do this.
yes, well,
And
that's what I want. I
awesome.
want to build community because, we're we're all in it together, even though we're doing different businesses. So if we can support each other, that's what we should do. So,
Exactly. I don't know why nobody would want to do that. It's like, hello,
yeah.
like friends and businesses and
Well,
connections and
doing this and interviewing, I know it's a little weird and some people don't want to be on camera. So I get that, but
I just apologize for my really red face. I don't know what's going on with my
you
face.
are not, you don't look red to me. So
Okay, that's good.
maybe
'Cause, like to
it's a
me,
little
I
bit of
see like
mixed.
lots of red, and I'm like, what is going on with my face? But
No. All right, we're gonna end our recording here, but please, everybody, reach out to Michelle for all your insurance needs. Remember, she makes it easy. She's a trusted advisor, and she'll actually answer the phone.
yes, I will. Or text or email.
Or the text or the email at 10:30 at night, apparently, too.
Yes.
There you go. All right. Thank you guys very much.